Hey there, Knicks fans. How you doing? It's your boy, Jonathan Macri, coming at you on Monday morning. So releasing this episode a little bit later than usual. I'll get to what this episode is in a bit. We had a fun little concept for today's Monday show. The reason we're coming at you a little bit later is we wanted to get as full a FIBA recap your way as possible. So Team USA played this morning, Monday morning against Greece. That makes it 2 games in the books for both Team USA and Team Canada, which are the 2 teams that house the, I'm not going to say just relevant Knicks, the most relevant Knicks. I don't want to bash Evan Fournier when he's down. So we're going to talk about FIBA real quick, and then I'll talk about what you're about to hear on the episode today. So, no surprises. That's the long and the short of it. No surprises this weekend, at least in terms of USA and Canada. We'll start with Team USA. They a couple days after they beat New Zealand in a game that was kind of close for a while. I mean, USA had a single-digit lead at halftime in that game. They ended up running away with it in the second half, won the game by 27 points. Jalen Brunson, kind of a modest stat line, 10 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. He was, as he's been for most of this tournament, solid. Didn't really need to do a lot of scoring. The biggest scoring guy for Team USA in that game was actually Paolo Banchero, scored 21 points on 10 shots, mostly playing the center position. He's been, I don't want to say revelation because, I mean, the dude won Rookie of the Year and he's awesome. But I think definitely Paolo maybe opening a few eyes for people who may not be as familiar with his exploits. And for me, the biggest thing and the biggest question I had coming into Team USA's games this weekend was that Josh Hart remained part of the rotation, which I think there was some question as to whether he would. I mean, Team USA's roster construction is a little funky because by using Paolo Banchero at center, essentially 4 of their 12 roster spots they're using at the center position because Bobby Portis and Walker Kessler are both pretty much exclusively centers on this team as well. So that only leaves 8 guys. You would figure that Josh Hart would get time off the bench alongside Tyrese Halliburton, Austin Reeves, and Cam Johnson. And indeed he has in both games. Only scored a couple of points in that first game. Bigger impact in the win over Greece, which again just happened a little while ago as I'm recording this. It was a 28-point victory. So again, and this one I would say Team USA, again, kind of close score early on. USA had 23-19 lead after 1 quarter, but this one it felt like Team USA was a little bit more in control for more of this game. Not that anybody thought they were really going to lose to New Zealand, but I would argue that Josh Hart was the bigger of the 2 Knicks in terms of performance. 11 rebounds in this game. The next most for a Team USA player was 5, and that was from Austin Reeves. Put a different way, Josh Hart had as many offensive rebounds, 5, as any other Team USA player did in terms of total rebounds. Showing the rest of the world who may not be familiar with Josh Hart's game and how he kind of makes his impact exactly what he's all about, which was really cool to see. And he's going to continue to get time for this team. He's going to continue to be an important player for this team. Had a nice transition finish in this game. He's just going to keep doing all the little things. Had 5 assists. I should note that was also a team lead. Austin Reeves had 6. And then Jalen Brunson, 13 points, perfect from the field, 5 of 5 shooting. He's just, I think, going to continue to be really good. Him and Tyrese Halliburton forming something of a 2-headed point guard monster. As will surprise no one who knows anything about me, the Brunson versus Halliburton conversation is, I'm not sure anything could be less interesting to me. They're both really good players. They're different players. There will be times when one guy gets the nod over the other. And frankly, I don't really think it matters. Like, I'm sure Halliburton is going to have some games where he stands out more than Brunson. I'm sure Brunson's going to have some games where he stands out more than Halliburton. Doesn't make a damn difference to me. They're both really, really good NBA players, and they're both serving an important role for this team. So good weekend for Team USA, equally good weekend, and actually I would probably argue a even better weekend for Team Canada. So it was supposed to be the game of the opening round, Team Canada versus Team France, and it lived up to its billing for about a half. And then the second half, Canada just blew the doors off of Team France in a pretty embarrassing fashion. And RJ didn't have a good shooting game in that game that we were talking back on Friday morning. That game was played. I think he only went 1 for 10, but it didn't really matter because as a team, Canada's really firing on all cylinders. And you want to talk about firing on all cylinders. In their second game, set a FIBA record, 44 assists. I think the team shot 70-something% from the field. RJ led them in scoring, but that's a little bit of a misnomer because it was really a balanced scoring effort. I think, 9 players for Team Canada were in double figures in that their second win, which was a 55-point utter thrashing of the my God, I'm blanking on who the hell they played. A team that is not very good. And they should have won this game, but still a 55-point win is a 55-point win. So we'll take. I want to say it was like Liberia, Lebanon. Okay, there we go, Lebanon. That's it. GMAC's telling me in the chat who it was. Now if there's any Lebanese listening to me out there, they're going to be pretty upset. But RJ did lead the team scoring 17 points on 12 shots, took the most shots, took 12 shots. SGA only took 8. I don't think anybody else on the team took more than 8. I mean, Canada and USA look like the two favorites. They're on a collision course probably with each other, and that's going to be fun if it happens. I hope it does happen because it'll be a great game. We'll pit, obviously, RJ versus Brunson and Hart, but I want to see that game. So that's that. And then we should mention that the biggest story of the opening round so far through 4 days of FIBA is that Team France is not going to medal. They've been eliminated already. Still going to go to the Olympics by virtue of them being the host host country in a year from now. But after that blowout, what it turned out to be a blowout loss against Canada, they lost a 2-point game to Latvia, which if Kristaps Porzingis was playing, you'd understand it. KP wasn't playing in this game. Amazing win for the Latvians. France had a chance to win it at the end. They were down by 2. They trapped Fournier up high. He didn't get a shot off, had to pass it off. And I forget who it was, missed the final shot, a 3 to win it at the buzzer. Didn't go in. So pretty big news that France, is meekly going out of the World Cup. That's really it. There's not really much more to say about FIBA at the moment. I'm sorry if you were hoping to hear some in-depth talk about, South Sudan and the Ivory Coast, but that's, maybe another time.